Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Big Tuck from BOREDinDE. I got a special guest in here tonight, Mr. Keith Jones. Now, Mr. Jones,
what's going on?
me and you have bumped into each other on many occasions.
Literally.
So I need you to take this moment and tell people who you are and what it is you do.
Who am I? I'm just an average person from Youngstown, Ohio. I work at a multi-billion company. I'm not gonna give them a plug, but you know that's where we bump together.
Right.
Bump into together. I'm just a dreamer, man. I'm a person that believes I could be more than what I am currently, where I'm at, and everyone else can. So I dream, and since I started dreaming, it gave me the opportunity to be in front of you and my friend right here.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, how did you end up in Delaware?
Wow. So like I said, I was born and raised in Youngstown, Ohio. I played basketball, of course. Yeah, I was pretty good at football and basketball. I chose to stick with basketball, but I ended up going to a Division I school, and I pledged the fraternity. And after my playing days was over, I had to make a decision where I was going to go back to and start my new life. And I decided to reach out to one of my fraternity brothers and join Glen Mill Schools to work with alternative students. So I would rather have came up here and started a new life than go back to Youngstown, Ohio. You're familiar with cities like that, old steel mills town like Chester, PA.
Okay, coal mill town, stuff like that, blue collar, heavy duty.
Yeah. You know, it's no sense in going back to that. I'm a dreamer, so it brought me in this area.
Now, speaking of dreams, man, I heard you started your own basketball league.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about it. It's a league, events, promotions, charities, things of that nature. But yeah, I definitely dream to do this.
And that definitely ties into what you're doing as far as helping the kids and everything, right?
Yes, sir. I was one of those kids before. I didn't get in as much trouble as they did, but luckily it was because of sports and coaches in my life that put me on the right path. So I do see being part of teams and networking, not even knowing your networking, just meeting new people, how it could give you a bigger vision.
Oh, okay. And your leagues are 3-on-3.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think there's basketball, man, is as you see, is positionless right now, the way the NBA is going and how you play in the college. But even now, when you go in these club teams, they stick you. If you're the tallest, they just stick you where they want you to be.
Right.
They'll put you under the boards. So, they'll get rebounds, be a screener. Or if you're a guard, or you short, you might be like Zion, 6'6", but they automatically stick you at a particular position. But what happens is they are not learning the overall game. So in the 3-on-3 aspect, it will be able to give opportunities to these children to learn how to post up, how to grab rebounds, how to take charges. Big men to be able to work on their ball handling skills, not just go home or go to the park and act like they somebody and just say ball game.
Right.
And in the 3-on-3 aspect with no coaches, it gives them the freedom to try some of these things they've been working on. I think it's a great gap between high school and these club teams, especially for the individuals that don't make these AAU teams.
Right.
So, and plus my daughters, they want to play, so
is it co-op?
Well, no, it's not co-op. We'll have girls and boys leagues separate. Now, that's something we could think about moving forward. What I want to make sure, because a lot of people I envision, the children I envision that's going to catch on earlier are the ones that just want to play and want to learn.
Yeah, because I was just wondering about co-op, because I know I seen a couple movies recently. I think the last one was like Uncle Drew, where you get the girls on the court. Yeah. These girls ain't nothing nice. You can't sleep on them. Nah,
look who just won the championship for the WNBA.
Right,
y'all own. Y'all own. So you see it, and she's inspiring females. My daughter wanted to be like her now.
And it's good that the females got somebody else to look up to, that they can see themselves in that person, and especially when you got something small like Delaware and stuff. That means a lot to a lot of the young girls around here and everything.
Hope.
Now, how hard was it for you to start a league here in Delaware? Was it a lot of hurdles or something you had to jump, or was it like a financial aspect you had to conquer first?
Man, I mean, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but really, I didn't see it being hard. And I'm not saying it's not. I still have to go through the journey of getting it off the ground and things of that nature. But when it comes down to it, just for when I've learned to being an entrepreneur, if you have a goal, just start it. So I knew how to build things and play around with things and online, and thinking like with 3-on-3, I don't have to own a gym. I just have to rent one. So it was kind of hard just getting in the door to get to the right person to talk to, rent my first gym. But honestly, the hard part is the advertising it and introducing it to, this base in Delaware, because it's new.
Okay.
However, when it catches on and they see through my daughter, even the 1-year-old, she's just shooting balls now, but I'm going to have proof that by learning different skills and using that at your position, no matter what, it's just going to create an all-around better player.
And it's definitely something that's needed, because I know we had a couple leagues here at one time. I'm not sure if they're still active. I think we had like the Storming's Classic and things of that sort. So it's definitely refreshing to see what you're doing, and especially putting a different spin on it with the 3-on-3, because that will cause all three players to focus on positions that they may not be normally accustomed to.
And on top of that, it will give each individual players more opportunities to shoot the ball, to actually be involved.
Right.
We're eliminating 4 people off of the court. It's more touches. What about those kids that don't get in because it's close games? They don't get as much touch. Maybe they get in for 5-10 minutes a game.
Right.
Now, if they want to get better, bring them to my league. I can guarantee they'll have more touches. And we're not truly focusing on the wins. We're focusing on the stats. Because what stats show you is a player progressing. If a player goes through one of my leagues 1 year and have 100 turnovers, the next season he comes in and have 75, what does that tell you? He's progressing. And he's protecting the ball.
Right.
So, yeah, it's a lot of things that people really don't get. 3-on-3 is catching on. 3-on-3 will be in the Olympics this year.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. If you don't believe me, Google it. Google
it.
It
we
is.
believe you. That's what's up.
It is.
The big 3.
Exactly. Yes, it's amazing, man. It's going to catch on. And I just figured, like, hey, I grew up playing 3-on-3. The Gus Macker back in the Midwest. We won it a couple times. It's fun, man. It is actually fun. I'm going to have music. Come and get your boogie on. You know what I mean? It's going to be a fun environment. I wanted it to be somewhere where kids can say, you know what, I'm going to go play in this league because I have fun no matter what. No coaches. They could go and get together with their friends from other schools. They normally can't. Their cousins.
How do you run it without coaches?
Because we did it. It's kind of hard to say, but just envision this. When you run it without coaches, that's empowering those teams to make decisions. So the knowledge of the games, yes, a couple times we will have court monitors. That's what I'm envisioning, court monitors to help them. But as it progresses, we're going to create smarter players. Because now they can say, you know what, this person is killing John. He's our best defender. Let's put him on John. And John, you go over here. He's not doing that. But they got to come up with it. Eventually they will. The better players will.
So it makes like an organized pickup game.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember I played a couple of those, quite some time back. Quite some time back. I remember we used to have some good times, play from sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
And if your court has some street lights, we was there.
Yes.
We was there. Now, where did the kids come from for your league? Can any kid, like, they don't have to be focused in a certain district or anything, as long as they can get to the gym, they can become part of the league?
That's a great question. Well, I did leave out one important part. All right. this is, like I said, I don't need to own any gyms. So this is kind of, I ain't gonna say kind of, it's a pop-up league.
Okay.
I currently have a scheduled tournament in Lima, Ohio for July. It's either the 3rd, which I'm hoping we switch it to the 18th. But again, it could be anywhere. It could be in any state. However, I'm focusing on Delaware right now. It just happened I have ties in Ohio.
Okay.
You know, but it could be anywhere. But, I mean, I'm doing it organically. You know, eventually the word would get out. Right now, the more individuals I have come in contact that allow me to share my idea with, eventually someone else will say, you know what? My kid likes to play ball. You know, I want them to have fun. I want them to play ball. Let's see if this will help them grow the love for basketball.
Keith, it's a great idea because I remember being younger, probably in my late teens, where we didn't have, you know, Instagram and nothing like that. So we would make a couple phone calls and be like, yo, we got open gym at 6 o'clock. What's up? So everybody get on the phone, you know, a little party line. We get together. Everybody meet up at the gym. We start at 6 o'clock. We be getting done about 10, 11. Like the janitor be looking at us like, yo, it's time for y'all to go.
Yes.
You know, he pull out the big broom. He like, yo, it's time for y'all to go. We like, yo, hold up. It's tied up. We trying to finish this. You know what I mean? So I remember those were some good times with some good people.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot. You know what I mean? Because with me being a big dude, they wanted to put me up under, you know, a bundle.
Yeah.
But, you know, I ain't really had no ball handling skills. So it was like one of the people that I played with would come and be like, all right, man, we just going to work on your left hand. You're like, you know, we old school. He tied my hand behind my back and just made me deal with the ball. And he's like, you lose the ball, you run after it with that left hand. You get tired of running after it. You learn how to get that control without having to keep looking at your feet and look at your hands. So I remember that. And I remember the confidence instilled in me to do other things.
Yes.
And that was a blessing. So I'm not the heavy sports person, but I can respect what the athletes do and what the coaches do and what the athletes go through to become, you know, great at the sport. You know, like I said, just because I'm not, you know, heavy into it, I can respect all the mechanics that came with it because it helps out in, like, you know, basketballs, like music, when you learn something, it just helps you with everything else.
Yes.
And most of all, it taught me patience.
Yes.
Like, you know, everything comes with time and repetition and everything. So I adore what you're doing, bro. That's what's up.
Appreciate that.
And I hope we can definitely get the word out for more people and everything because, you know, when you got young brothers like yourself with the entrepreneurial spirit, sometimes them hurdles can get you down and just have you on some old, like, you know what, I ain't really digging it. It ain't worth it. Let me fall back. How did you overcome those hurdles?
Within this basketball or just entrepreneurship?
Let's say entrepreneurship, period.
Man, shout out to Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I pledged when I was 18, 19 years old, bro. 8 weeks, I pledged. I didn't go to grad. I pledged. That, and in high school, I went to a program called Reach. And it really just, those two experiences really just took me out of my element and broke me down as a young man. I thought I was strong. You know, 18, 19, 16, 17. You me against the world. You can't tell me nothing.
Right.
It was sort of like Scared Straight. But it was for life. You know, fraternities, you know, I don't know say pre, but, you know, they got a bad rap with, you know, for hazing. Now, I don't condone it. You understand what I'm saying? I do not say you have to do what you do. I can only speak on what I went through and what I got out of it. And what I got out of it is I was broken down. And no matter what went on at that time, I got through it. And that's where I pulled my strength from. I got through that. I allowed them to do that. You know what I'm saying? So what I go through now is just mental. You know, I might be down. I might, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I snap out of it. It's not, I won't let it linger. So it's just, I don't know, just believing in myself, man. Just a visionary, dreams. Just keep pushing.
You definitely on the right path, bro.
Appreciate it,
definitely
man.
On the right path. Now, you got a book that you're working on or you're about to drop. Jarrell told me a little bit about it, but I need to hear from your mouth and stuff. What's going on with the book?
Man, it's all right. It's something I wrote when I was in undergrad. All right, and I was thinking about. I sold it a couple times. About a month, about 7 months ago, I was selling it, but now I decided to just give it away free. You know what I mean? Because it needs to get out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's more so of a philosophy than a book, and that's one of the main reasons I'm giving it out free now. But it was just it is a philosophy between a player and a coach. I was in that mindset of playing, just came out of college, playing Division I ball. So, but it relates to the corporate world as well, as far as a worker and the boss. And it just goes over some principles that I think that anyone that's looking for just strengthening up networking, or just trying to get a better understanding of, why they're working or why they have to grow that relationship with their coaches. If you would definitely, like I said, I'm giving it away free. If you want to go and download it, you could go to BALLINAFTER3on3.com. That's BALLNAFTER 3, the number 3, ON3.com. Look on the right hand side. I will place it up there by the time you go there, and it's edited.
Okay, cool. Now I gotta get back to basketball because I got to ask you this, because I remember whenever you play ball on the street, you always have an instance that comes back into your mind, like maybe the first time you dunked on somebody, maybe that one time you stopped what was your town's best player, like you shut them down or something. Like, we all got those little stories, something like that. What's one of your memories from earlier playing ball and everything?
Don't be shaking your head, dude.
I hit you with the 3 on it, right?
Nah, that is a great question, but I might not answer the way you thought I would. It ties into this interview, man, just being a dreamer. So, in middle school, I was just learning how to play basketball. So I was always, learning, playing pickup. But I wasn't that dude. Okay. We had this one dude named Damon Johnson. Shout out to Damon if you watch this and see this. But he was dunking in middle school. So you had one of those. Oh, wow. Had a mustache, dude. Looked like Big Daddy Kane. Like Big Daddy Dang. That's what we called him, Big Daddy Dang.
He was the type kid who'd be like, coach would be like, yo, check that boy out.
Yeah.
Where's birth certificate at?
Yeah, like, remind me of Weber. Because, Weber was, he wasn't as good. But, dunking him. And we had some great guards. Dennis Mosley, Roy Donaldson. Shout out to those two. Then we ended up going to high school. Dennis ended up get some time with our varsity's team at the time. And we won our city series. We was, pegged to win state. And he was a freshman, hitting 10, 15 points as a freshman. I was there on JV. So I said that long story to get to here. I wasn't pegged to be the one to make it. For whatever reasons, Dennis didn't play the next year. Stretch went to football, really didn't do nothing, in the basketball scene. We had a bad year. I emerged as a starter as a sophomore. Dame still was going back and forth, really trying to find his way. Out of us 5, I was the only one to go and get a Division I scholarship. So I did my thing, and that was one of the turning points of my life, and just seeing how I worked myself to get a $60,000 scholarship. So that puts into effect now. Yeah. Never give up, man.
Yeah, because like you said, you had other people that you weren't pegged to be, but then something happened, they took different courses, and then bam, you right there. Now, I'm going to even go back a little further.
Ooh.
With me being a big guy, I always, since I got big and was wearing tough skins with the, the patch on the knee and stuff like that, always got built like, yo, you should be playing football. I know, I'm just looking at your height and everything. I know people came out with, like, when you hit that growth spurt, oh, Keith, you should be playing ball and stuff. But you also mentioned you played football.
Yeah, I did. Little league.
And everything. Yeah, but you know how people pressure you and the stuff. It wasn't, you didn't get that pressure when you was coming up as far as like you should do basketball. I mean, you ended up with basketball, but you know we all come up football's the one. You know,
man. Nah, my childhood, man, was different, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not to say different than anybody else's, but honestly, I utilize sports to get away.
Okay.
You know, I was first introduced to football through my stepbrother. Rest in peace, Tyron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause he was with his stepfather and they was playing for this team called Northside Knights. I wasn't playing sports then. I wanted to be involved in it. You know, it looks fun. You know, I watch football. You know, back then I was growing up in the Bernie Kosar, Kevin Mack, Ernest Biner,
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland Brown area. So I got into football. I ended up becoming good, man. Tight end to running back, scoring on defense. You know, every year we was winning the championship. I got good, but I started going up to the projects and going to the park playing basketball.
Right.
They wouldn't give me the ball, man. So I had to get the rebound and get selfish and push it.
Right.
I was tall, but that's how I learned to get on the break because they wouldn't pass me the ball. So I learned how to, okay.
So you had to get your own rebound.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to work this back up the court and I'm going to make it do what it do. And y'all going to respect me after this.
And then that was one of my strengths.
Okay.
You know, so I played high school football. I did this decent. I remember, you know, busting up and making this senior fall and fumbling the ball. Man, he said, all right, we was playing bull in the ring. He got me good. He came back and he made sure he was like, I'm a senior. Man, fuck I don't know. I'm sorry, he messed my tailbone up.
Oh, no, you got the cuss on here. You cool.
I got you.
Know, whatever.
Yeah, but it made me reevaluate some things, make business decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't thick, I was skinny, you know. And I'm like, yo, I'm getting good. They like me over here. Let me see what this do. You know what I mean? So I transitioned to basketball.
Okay, yeah, man. Because I know one thing that reminds me about sports when I was younger, it was that it was always a cat that was better than you. Mm-hmm. But that made you work that much harder. Because I remember, you know, I was kind of like a Shaquille O'Neal. I couldn't make shit from the foul goal, you know, from the foul line. I couldn't make nothing.
Yeah.
So I remember one day, man, I was just out there just repeat shooting. And like I said, I'm a lazy dude. So if I shot an air ball and it went down the hill, because where our courts was, it had a little incline. So if you missed one, nobody catch the ball, you had to run down the hill. When I got tired of running down that hill, I started making them shots. When I got tired of running up and down the hill, like, damn, I gotta run down here.
You know what's funny, man? Because these kids, these players now would never experience that, man. You know, they got two. When I say they'd never, because even the good ones, they got the machines, bro. They got these machines. You seen them, man. You know, little experience like that. Like, I'm laughing and you laughing, but just to think about what that made you do.
Yeah, because I got tired of running down that hill, so I was like, I'm going to take my time. Boom, boom, boom. Then if I missed it when I had to run down the hill, I was like, all right, got a little stretch and come back. Boom, it made focus. Because like I said, I was out there constantly by myself, and there wasn't nobody there. Now, one of my buddies came up. You know, he would help me out, but then real quick it go 1-on-1. You know how your boy is. It go 1-on-1 real
bro,
quick.
You ain't making these, yeah.
He get to talking trash, but you be like, damn, you shooting like that. No wonder you was up this morning. And then, next thing you know, y'all balling and stuff like that. And then it just, I remember people used to just gravitate to the park. So then it became 1-on-1, 2-on-2. Then when we had enough to run full court, oh, that was the one. And I think that was probably the best shape of my life, running up and down full court. Well, I'll tell you, all my girlfriends used to love me back when I used to run full court. That stamina was something else. When no computers came and fucked it all up. They came and fucked it all up. Me and this motherfucker like, damn, hold on.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Let me rub your back real quick.
Yeah. I used to walk to play basketball, man, like miles, because I wanted to play to the
So you would walk to a different neighborhood or something?
Nah, it's the way it's set up on the north side. It's like we had the top and the bottom. So it would just be times on Saturdays where, like I said, childhood wasn't the rosiest. So I wanted to get away, man. So I'll walk to the YMCA from the north side, the bottom. I'll be like, honestly, bro, like 3-4 miles. Yeah, but I'll have fun somehow. I'll talk to somebody's parent and I'll get a ride home. But again, it's just, like you said, it was fun, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I wanted to get away and it took away, basketball was a release.
And this definitely is fun. What you telling me that story, I remember a couple times when we walked, and I was like, damn, I hope Jimmy mom is out here, man. Because Jimmy mom used to always pick him up, so she'd be like, come on, get y'all sweaty behind, smelling like outside in the car and stuff. Because walking to play the game, you know, you all hyped up and stuff. Yeah. Then you run a couple games after that last bucket job. You like, man, I got to walk 3 miles home. And be like, damn, see, and we wasn't, you know, we ain't had no bottled water. You had to bring a thermos or something with you, or get one of them quarter hugs. And them quarter hugs, after you done play the whole game, you need about 40, you know?
And you'll have only like $1.
Right.
And you need some chips.
So it's like, damn, I need some chips. So you got the tall, cheap soda or whatever. Yeah, those were good times, man.
Yeah, it was.
Good time.
Yeah, did y'all have Little Debbie's?
Yes.
Yeah, remember Little Debbie's was a quarter. Get a soda and 2 little. Y'all, I mean, I'm envious now, knowing what I know now that I didn't know before. And what I mean by that, Delaware is tax free. You know how many extra Little Debbies I would have been able to get?
Because he's saying the quarter. He's saying the quarter. I'm like, your soda 50 cents. We got 2 Little Debbies. Yeah. He like, I got a Little Debbie and a soda and some change.
I got like 15 cents left. Get some now-laters. Wow. Yeah, they was good though. Yeah,
we was eating good here in
Delaware, boy, man.
We was eating like kings. Ain't nothing but good eating up here.
That is good.
So you got something coming up on March, 3-on-3?
Yeah,
and everything.
I'm having I'm gonna call it my introduction showcase / tournament at the Powell Center, March 21st.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, bro. We might have to hit that up. You know, schedule's willing. You know, definitely hit up and check out what you got going on and stuff. And plus, it's always good to see a good game going on.
Yeah,
it's
man.
always good.
Man, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward, honestly, just to see who's gonna turn out, you know, and learn this game and have some fun. I mean, I don't let them speak because, you know, I'm not gonna hype it up, but the environment I'm planning to give these kids just to have fun. You know, a lot of them, you know, they don't want to be screamed at from coaches. I know people just love playing, or I knew people just love playing basketball, but they couldn't play organized basketball. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, cool, because any sport can teach any individual lessons for life. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for sports, honestly. I was able, my little hot head, skinny little butt, growing up with no guidance, you know, if it wasn't for these coaches that helped me gear my anger, you know, and allow them to yell at me. I'm like, you know, that's why some of the people that came up with me couldn't make it. They couldn't be coached. You know what I mean? So, man, sports is a wonderful thing, bro.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna try to get out there and check
Appreciate
that up
that.
and everything. And before we sign off and everything, how can people find you online?
Man, it's very simple, man. You can find me all my social media information from my website. That's ballinafter3on3.com. BALLNAFTER 3, the number 3. Make sure it's the number 3. ON3.com. And on there, you'll see all my tournaments I got scheduled. I am looking to start a league, so anyone out there that's looking for fundraising or anything like that, you could get in contact with me there or just text me. 302-304-2672. My name is Keith, and we could talk. You know, I think, man, using my concept as a fundraiser is a lot better than just selling candy bars and Girl Scout cookies and things of that nature. As a parent, I'm tired of buying, you know. Let's get some money back into your program. And use your children as a mentor, because if a school does it, high school does it, and use their players as the refs, just imagine how that will transition these kids that's in their area that might come into their program.
How many teams do you have already?
Right now, I have about 5 to 10 right now. I got 3 sponsored teams. I'm working on about 2 or 3 more sponsored teams now. The importance with the sponsors is we're able to get people involved without paying.
Okay.
That's right now. And again, this is the first showcase, and as far as the sponsor, it's just the cost of a team, and I'm willing to keep the business's information on my website for a year. I am building a business now, but again, I'm trying to build it organically. And those that's willing to open doors for me, I'm willing to open doors for them as well.
Well, Mr. Jones, man, I appreciate you coming by and everything. And I can't wait to get this out so people can hear about it, so I can get some emails talking about, yeah, nigga, I remember we used to play ball back in the day. Shoot, at the boys' clubs, at the courts and stuff like that. Those were some good times, man.
They were.
Good times and stuff. But, thanks again for coming through on BOREDinDE. Once again, y'all, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. This is your man, Big Tuck from BOREDinDE. If you haven't already, definitely go to the website, www.boredinde.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. You can also find links to our social media. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. You can join our Facebook group. And until the next episode, see, I mean, stuttering and stuff. Until the next episode, I'll see y'all guys later. Peace.
Peace.